everybody, welcome back to Habitat Kitchen. I'm Andrew Beauchamp, and we're in December. And it's holiday season, Christmas for me, which means we get started on all those holiday recipes and treats that I love. And today, we're starting with roasted chestnuts. Simple and delicious. And if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Come on, guys, let's get started. This recipe, or kind of lack of, because you're only working with one ingredient, and that is chestnuts. Let me quickly give you some tips on how to buy them at the store. Most chestnuts, I find you can kind of find them in a bag, like a mesh bag. That's how I bought mine today, which is completely fine. You just want to go through the bags and try to find the one with the best nuts inside. But if you are lucky enough to have a grocery store that has them out and you can pick and choose, that's even better. Then you can choose the best quality ones and you won't have to throw any away. These are all the chestnuts that I am not going to be able to use right here. So those are all compost, and simply because whether they're already cracked open and that will dry out the nut, so you don't want to use that, or like this one, if the shell is soft and I can bend it in, you don't want that, because more than likely when you cut into a nut like that, it's filled with mold. And that's disgusting, so you don't want that. To pick a good one is simply no cracks and the shell is hard. It shouldn't feel like there's hollow space in between the nut and the shell. Ridiculously simple. You're gonna take a knife and you're just gonna score the top of your chestnut. Just make an X. You can also just do a straight line. I like to do an X. I find it helps them peel a little easier. Do be careful, because since it is a harder nut, you're gonna make sure you're working with a sharp knife. And watch your fingies, because I don't want you guys to get hurt. After you have your nuts all scored, you're gonna put them inside of a bowl and soak them. This is a very quick soak. This is just to kind of hydrate all of the flesh inside of those nuts. That's good. Just as long as they're all sitting under the water. We're gonna let these sit from anywhere between a half hour to an hour. Some people, I've seen people even soak them for up to 2 hours. This step really just helps the inner shell come out, because there is a shell on the inside of this one that's a bit more papery, but it's really close to the nut and gets stuck on there, and it's kind of unpleasant to eat. So the soaking process helps release that shell. Chestnuts have been soaking for about an hour and a half, a little bit more than I thought, but that is okay. And all you have to do is transfer them onto a clean tea towel. And here comes a little bit of a fun part. You get to shake them, just to try to move them around, get all that excess water onto the cloth and off of our chestnuts. Tray, nothing fancy. Chestnuts onto the tray. And now all you're gonna do is just take a minute and lay out your chestnuts so the side that we cut is facing up. Throw them into a 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes. After the first 20 minutes of cooking at 350, we're gonna turn up the temperature to 425 and cook them for an additional 10 to 15 minutes, or until they're nice and golden brown and the nut meat is nice and soft. Ooh, these are hot out of the oven. And yes, they smell good. There's a little bit of a nutty scent to them. Right from the oven, they are still very, very hot. I have a damp cloth right here, right into a bowl. And when I say damp, I mean very, very lightly damp. And now, right from the hot oven, we are going to pour our chestnuts into this bowl, lined with that wet towel. And we're just gonna fold in this cloth and kind of scrunch up the chestnuts a little bit. I'm just gonna let them sit in here for 5 minutes. They'll kind of sort of steam themselves a tiny bit. Also, they will cool down, which is kind of what we're looking for. Make sure you're not cooling them all the way down, because chestnuts are best served whenever they're hot, fresh out of the oven. 5 minutes here, then we're gonna get to peeling and eating. Cloth filled with delicious chestnuts. The reason why I do this step is because it kind of helps with the depeeling of them. So it's easy to peel them, very easy to peel them. you get these beautiful chunks of chestnuts. They're so good. There's no better flavor to describe this season than a chestnut for me. And the best thing is that if you're looking for a secret ingredient in your holiday baking or cooking, chestnuts. So try chestnuts today. But like seriously though, they are delicious. They're hugely underrated, I feel. You know, I know you have to do a few extra steps. It's not like a throw in a bowl with a nutcracker. But they're worth it. And you can make a huge family activity out of this, get the kids involved, peel them while they're warm. It's a lot of fun and they're super tasty. Till next time guys, stay hungry.